deep in the backwoods of northern Ontario. 40 kilometers of trails to the nearest paved road. 2 years to get access to this spot in the middle of nowhere. Clearing a cabin spot, harvesting all the logs. And now, building our dream cabin. A safe haven, getaway, the ultimate hunt camp. To be self-reliant, not to survive, but to thrive. This is Holmes Boys Outdoors. Welcome back, baby. All right, we are back up here. It is August 4th. Me and Josh are up here. We got in yesterday. It was a big day yesterday. We pulled the float trailer in. We got windows, couches, coffee tables. What else? Bunch of lumber. We stopped at Home Depot. We got a bunch of spray foam insulation. You name it. We got a bunch of stuff to do today. And I don't know if you can hear my throat, but I'm sick. So it's going to be a grind. I got to muster up some courage today. Josh is just bringing some stuff over from the trailer. We got windows to bring over. He just brought all the wood over right here to frame the windows out. So cabin's getting some windows. We bought some more Eaves trough because we wanted to do this side right. We're going to run the whole span into our rain catch barrel. So we're going to get that done. I've said that for the past 2 videos. So does it get done? I don't know. Stay tuned and find out. Yeah, so today we got lots to do. And it's nice. It's breezy. There's no bugs around my head. That's a positive. We cut so much yesterday. When we got here, we had to cut the trail in. I didn't film any of it because we weren't really in a good mood. It sucked. We just got through it. So we did that. We went to the lake yesterday. Did some ATVing. Just there's some new trails and logging roads being cut around here. So we just kind of did a little bit of scouting. Update. We pulled a cow tag for archery. So we will be coming up for a moose hunt, which should be fun. There's some new clear cuts around that we went to go check out. And so we're going to be up here for a moose hunt, which is sweet. It's always a good time. So each year for our moose hunt, we learn a little bit more about the lay of the land around here. I've had a lot of close calls. We weren't successful last year or the year before, but we had a lot of good opportunities. So hopefully this year's the year. So stay tuned. We got a lot coming for you guys. Those are some sexy couches. Freebies. So this looks like this trailer should be going to the dump.
Yeah, no kidding.
But it's not. We had some casualties.
They've been through a rough life.
So that didn't make the trip.
I hope it didn't cut those screens too.
Yeah. Well, we got extra screen. We have to pop that back in. That window pane slid out, but it didn't break, thank goodness. This thing's toast. But there's still one pane that's okay. The bottom pane's busted, but we'll see. So it's kind of a successful trailer load, but this is our main one. This is going out front, so that's all that matters. We're rolling in style. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but these couches are comfy. Yeah, I'm digging these couches. They're fantastic. Sweet! We got couches, baby! Alright, that was successful.
There might be some goodies hiding in the cracks of these, you never know.
Yeah, we should
There's some Woodstock specialties, so
we should check them for paraphernalia.
yeah.
Eh? Make sure there's no domers tucked in the in the crevices. Where are we putting this?
Right here.
Yeah, throw a couple nice little throws over top
Some plaid.
to hide the leather shedding. But the comfort level's there, I'll tell you that. Mint. It's gonna be a mouse hotel anyway.
Oh yeah.
Decent, eh?
These are nice. So worth it.
So comfortable, that's ridiculous. Freeze never felt so good.
Free 99.
Free 99, boy. That was sweet. That was a comfy ride. Maybe we should just have one in the trailer
At all times.
and we just cruise the strip.
That'd actually be sick, eh?
Yeah,
Put them like facing each other. You could have 4 guys sitting up in there.
and we just mount them on it. Decent idea. Okay, that way?
Mm-hmm.
Watch that glass pane. Get your hand on that. We'll just go slow. So sketchy. Ugh. It's a big window. Okay, we got a couple side windows. So one of these is gonna go in the back where we're gonna put the kitchen. So where the stove pipes kicked out, that was just temporary, obviously. That's why it's not done right. Where we put that hole out, we're actually putting the window here. That's why we cut that giant hole in there. And it was cold, so we needed some stove action in there. So that's getting ripped out. We're putting the window in. That will get installed before properly up and out when it comes time, hopefully before this winter. Probably have the second small window in here, and then our big boy here has crank windows and screens. That's gonna go out front here, big picture window. And then it's too bad that other one broke. That would have been a nice one to have going out the back too. And then table Josh made. When did you make this?
When?
Yeah,
A couple of years ago, right?
a couple of years ago. And then Josh's mom got us a steel sign made. So we'll have to figure out a spot to put that. So yeah, we got some furniture. We're putting the carriage before the horse again, but that's just kind of how we roll. Let's get some couches in here before we finish it, right? Loft boards aren't finished, but we got couches and a coffee table. Look at these. Look at these beauties. The mice are just gonna be so comfy. But Yeah, let's get some couch throws, you know, to put over top so you don't see it. But they're comfy. That's all that matters. So, yeah, we got some work to do today. Game plan time.
Pineapple. Strawberries.
I only had one coffee. That's why I'm not like...
Need another one.
I think so. Yeah. Okay, so all this is getting moved.
Let's move it to the side here.
Okay, that's getting moved there because it's too heavy. This, our temporary door is coming off. So we'll get that ripped off. Create some room here. You want to start working on this and I can start slapping that eaves together? Because we don't need 2 people for this right away.
No, not yet.
You can map it all out, measure it,
Yeah.
and then what's behind you there, bud?
My ballerina tent.
What do you guys think of that? It's cute. You need a little light up top.
Or like a little merry-go-round that rotates.
Yeah.
You
It
know
worked.
what? It did work. It did work. And look at this. Our first piece of sunlight in the cabin. Much needed.
All right, so we're gonna clean this up. That big window's going right in there. So we got to get all this stuff moved out of the way.
Okay.
Okay, Josh is just mapping out where the window's going. He says it's pretty well gonna take the whole wall up, eh?
Yeah. 6 inches on each side. To spare.
And then how much of like a kickboard down below? From the floor to the bottom of the window?
So the bottom of the window will be right on top of this.
Oh, nice.
It's like perfect.
Sweet. We're gonna have sunlight in here. All right. So let's go over to what I got going on here. So these were the eaves I painted last time I was up. We got another black one so we can run the full span of the cabin. We got hangers, just some self-tappers if we need them, because I forgot the rest of my rivets. We're gonna rivet these 10-foot sections together and silicone them.
Okay. So we got all the boards off. Now, I don't know if this one has to come or not. I think it does actually. Yes, it does. One more. So now, what we'll do is we'll start framing it from the inside. So I got my edges marked on all the girders. We're gonna run a 2x4 from the top all the way down to the floor. And then we'll do another bottom plate. This is gonna be the bottom of the window, so we'll do a 2x4 butted up against this to stiffen it up. And then we're gonna have to cut out this little lip on the 2x6, and that will be the top plate of our window opening. And then once that's framed up, then we'll cut out the two girders in the center and the Tyvek, and we'll pretty much be ready to set. Lost my hammer. Oh, there it is. Alright, so we got this first one cut. Should be nice and snug, hopefully. So we'll leave that there for now. And then we'll get the other one in and then measure it just to double check before we screw it off. $88 and a 16th. Oh no. Might have cut a little bit too much off this one. Yeah. It's not ideal, but it'll work. So we got our two king studs in, I guess you could call them. Floor to ceiling. Both are in. Gaps where it should be. So I'm going to slice open the Tyvek and start screwing them from this side.
Okay, as we're waiting for some of our pieces to dry, I'm just building the ends. Okay, so what we have here, drilled an 1/8 inch hole for the end caps and then put a rivet in each. And then obviously when you have the end cap off, you just lay a bead of silicone in before you press your end cap onto your eaves. And then after the rivets are in place holding the end cap to the eaves, you just lay a bead of silicone on the inside there. So we're gonna let that sit. We're gonna do our other end and then we're gonna join our eaves together. Okay, end cap 2, I just use a little brake parts cleaner just to get all the residue off where my silicone's gonna be sealed to the end of my eaves. My end cap is somewhat dry from paint. All these pieces were white, so we just had to hit them with a little black because nobody wants white on a nice cabin. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by laying our bead of silicone in our end cap. This is my second time doing this. I'm not a professional by any means. I did this on my my house at home. Had no eaves, so rather than paying somebody to do it, I was like, I'm gonna try it. I'd like to learn. Now, the downside is these only come in 10-foot sections from your big box stores like Home Depot. So you gotta have joints, and when you have joints, you have, you know, the eaves isn't gonna be as rigid. It's gonna be difficult to get up, to get level, to get the right run so that your water drains properly. So that can be difficult. It's easier to have a seamless eaves, but you gotta call a professional for that. So okay, so my end cap's on with the silicone. Make sure it's pressed in there good. Pinch all your ends to its final resting position, because once you drill these holes, that's it. So I'm only putting a rivet in each side basically. Boom. Doesn't look great, but it doesn't have to. It's just got to work. Okay. Make sure you hold your end cap in place when you're drilling your holes. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, so we're gonna lay our last bead of silicone in there. Now, you can lick your finger and, you know, go around and spread that, but the way it put on there is pretty good. I'm gonna leave it. I don't want silicone on my hands the rest of the day. And there's no running water here to wash any of it off. So that's that. Let's get to join. Okay, so some things to take into consideration when you're joining your pieces. What end is the water gonna be flowing? What direction? If I had these set on here like this and the water's flowing that way, you're gonna get debris and water bunch up underneath. It's probably gonna leak even if you have silicone in there after a period of time. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna overlap them so that it just acts like a shingle, right? The water comes up and it drops into the lower trough. So you see as we lay these in, we got these edges that are conflicting each other. So the edge on the bottom side, on the bottom eaves here, we're gonna cut this lip out. I do a 6-inch overlap. It gave it enough rigidity at my house with a 6-inch, and we only have a certain amount of feet of this as well, so we don't want to waste it by doing a 12-inch or whatever. So we're gonna get to marking out our 6-inch. I'm gonna grab the grinder and I'm gonna cut that lip out just so that this meets up evenly with it. If you set your silicone in from the edge a little bit, it won't spill out the seam. Two beads, two barriers. Okay. Sweet. That's a nice tight fit. This is going up against a flat surface, so you don't want to have that rivet poking out or it won't sit flush. So you poke your rivet in. Boom. Only got so many. So if we think we need some more rigidity, we got some self-tappers, some sheet metal screws, but that's pretty sturdy. just with 2, and just having that slide under the lip like that is a good idea. Ugly little things, but sturdy. Got our 2 beads of silicone underneath there. And if you want, you can run one here. Probably not a bad idea, but I'm not going to.
Okay, we got our little mini jack studs in, and that's going to support our bottom plate. So unfortunately we had to go 97 inches wide to fit the window, and this 2x4 is an 8-footer, 96 inches. So it's a little short, but I think I might just make it work. It's not really going to affect anything. So we'll screw that down and then cut those girders out.
That's huge, eh?
It's massive.
That's awesome. So you're gonna have to put blocking in between then,
Yeah,
just to seal it up.
that'll be our nailing face.
Nice.
And I gotta, this kind of sucks, but it works. It's a pain, but it's gonna work out really nice. But I gotta cut this off, and then that'll be the top face.
Nice. Be a nice clean edge.
Yeah.
Oh, you dropped a loonie. We have a window. Look at all the light. Beauty.
Huge. So, clean this off. Wrap that up. Tape it. Lock the pillars. Be ready to sell.
I'm gonna keep working away on this. It's pretty boring to watch, but same process. I'm gonna have 4 joints that I have to do there, and then Josh is gonna give me a hand hoisting it up. We're not going to cut our downspout hole yet. We're gonna do that after, because we're not sure where we want the barrels, the rain catch barrels. It will be somewhere near the end, but for placement of that, we're gonna do that afterwards, I think. I think it just makes sense. When you're using grinders, put these on. I've had plenty of crap in my eye. Not fun. We need our eyes. Okay, it's time for hangers. I like throwing my outside hangers a little bit closer to the end, and it just takes a little bit of stress off your end caps here. This pulls it in together, right? Then we're gonna go down. So I evenly spread them out, and I put a hanger on each joint too, and that's gonna help hold them together nice. So the way these work, they hook under the lip, just like that, and then you drive the screw in. So I'm gonna take these hangers and work my way down, and I'm just gonna evenly space them. We only have so many hangers, so I'm gonna gap them appropriately. They don't have to be perfect. They just gotta work.
All right, we're ready to set the window. So we got the Tyvek all taped down. Bottom edge is taped for any condensation or moisture. If it gets inside the window frame, it'll hit that and run outside like it's supposed to. And then these are left loose. The window flange is going to tuck behind here, and this will come over top. Same with the top edge. Will flash over top of the window, whereas all this is underneath the window lip. And that's just flashing. If you think about how the moisture would or water would flow, you want it to come over top of the window at the top and allow it to come out of the bottom. Mind you, this is never going to get wet. It's under the porch, but it's good practice.
Oh, good.
Are you all the way in?
Yeah. My foam's hitting here.
Like bad? You gotta cut it or something?
Like, how much do you have?
I'm pretty tight. I got a 1/4 inch out of it. That's me.
Wow.
I think your bottom corner's gotta go in more. That's money.
That's press fit, baby.
That's sick.
Need a little Windex.
That's awesome.
I can't believe how that just...
It's almost like I kind of know what I'm doing.
It's almost like you kind of know. It's
We're
almost like you measured.
Basically like we're reusing the old foam. Wow.
If you live in an area where you get crazy rain and heavy snow and ice, it's probably best you throw a little bit more on, more hangers. Just to give these some support. They're pretty flimsy without these hangers, so. Well, what do you guys think? She's dirty. So we Josh pulled all the boards off, but we're gonna reboard that, trim that out, fix it in, and clean it up. Wow. It's gonna be beauty. We gotta get this window clean. So do you want me to overhang this end or just go flush? We're okay if we're hanging off the back a bit, right? That'll give us options for our downspout.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without the ice grabbing it. It's gonna be hard to eyeball this.
Do you want to go and do that end as low as you can, and then we can just adjust the middle?
Below.
Yeah, but to me, I would do that personally.
It's not even overhanging a 1/4 inch.
Oh, it's not?
No.
I must have been seeing shit.
But if we give it an eyeball, we're flush here at the end. So if we come up,
This
there.
was, when we built it, this was all done with a level, but it could have moved.
run over that.
Yeah, that's gonna work, I think.
Sometimes guessing works out.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but sometimes.
I can put my laser eyes on it if you want.
Out of here, in, right to the corner and down into the barrels. The barrels would be exposed here, or we run it down, fasten it on the back side, and then kick it out here.
I think barrels go there.
Here.
Yeah.
Because they're under the overhang.
But I think, like, because in the future, if we want to elevate them, and get the barrel like up here so we have a bit of pressure inside, we can build a frame off these 2 footers and piers. So if we plan to have 1, 2, potentially 3, so the first one will go right here.
They didn't have any downspout outlets at Home Depot. So this is what we're working with. And we're going to silicone it. That'll do. I'm going to leave those burrs on there too. It'll act as a little bit of a drip edge for the water. That's what we're rolling with. Mint. I'm gonna probably toss silicone on the outside too, just in case. It's clear, so you won't see it. Alright, ladder, don't fail me now.